First off, before I make my remarks, let me make 3 comments. Number one, when our illustrious number 34 got up here, I whispered to him, that's 2 minutes in real time, not 2 minutes in football. He understood. To our lawyer-to-be, from the business standpoint, you got to talk longer, you get paid more. And 3, not with such humor. I know many of you work here in the Lewisburg area, and I was supposed to be here yesterday, and I again want to extend my apologies for not being here yesterday. But as you know, I had to travel out to Westmoreland County, to Franklin Regional, to meet with the superintendent there, and I told both superintendents here, I much prefer meeting superintendents this way than I did yesterday, for a very sad event that took place in one of our schools here in Pennsylvania. And the reason I bring that up is these young people are a great example of the vast majority of our students in Pennsylvania. And it is unfortunate when we have an incident like this that the focus of the nation comes to Pennsylvania to talk about what one person did to so many others. In fact, yesterday when we did a press conference with the chief of police, with the superintendent, with some others, I kind of told the press, I want you to focus on what happened to or by the heroes. And many of the heroes were the teachers, the administrators, and the principals that disarmed the individual, the first responders, the EMTs. In fact, one of the EMTs was a student who, as this was going on, ran out, got his equipment, came back in. And the students who put first aid to work on their own, on their fellow students, and stayed with their students. And even the cafeteria ladies who were caring for these young people when they were out on the grounds, outside after they had escaped the building. It is certainly a sad day when we have something like that, but the positive story that we need to take out of this is the reaction of the teachers, the principals, and the administration, and everybody. They reacted the right way. We also need to really make a point to recognize these students for what they are doing. They are the positive. They are the future of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. They are the future Adam Smith Award winners and whatever other awards. They are the future legislators and governors of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So I'm going to ask you to give them a round of applause. I would ask you to do one more thing. I asked for and received an update while I was here on the health of the individuals who are still in the hospital. It's still touch and go to a certain extent. I don't know the exact detail of one of them. 3 of the others are in serious condition. The one most seriously injured is still, we're worried about him. If you could, take your time riding back, say a prayer for all the people who were injured, and particularly for their families, if you can imagine what it must be like. And for the community of Franklin Regional, okay? And I will apologize in advance. I officially declared it yesterday, the beginning of the pollen season, because I feel it right here in my throat. We're here for the Adam Smith Award. And as you know, Adam Smith, of course, wrote of the invisible hand. Haven't read Adam Smith? Read Adam Smith. The invisible hand of the free market system, which guiding societies to progress and to prosperity, simply by the natural law of human nature. The genius of that idea, that left to their own devices, people would find the best possible solution simply by following their better instincts, has produced generations of great people. Andrew Carnegie, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, just to name a few nationally. All are examples of people who have done good for the world by doing well in business. Each has been generous to charity, and just as importantly, they have taken up personal risks, created new products and processes that made the world better for society, while at the same time creating jobs and the wealth for people that they have never met. All by respecting Adam Smith's idea that free markets make for free societies. They are, in a way, the visible hand of the market. People who stand out, they stand out front, taking the risks, entering the arena of business, determined to build something bigger than themselves. John Moran is that kind of man. And you don't have to take my word for it. Consider that our good friend, late Merle Phillips, nominated John for this honor. When he nominated him for this award, Merle called John a man of high ideals, of vision, and integrity. When somebody like Merle Phillips, that old Marine, and one who served his country with honor, and then went into both business and public service, says that about you, you have the highest praise that a man could ever desire. And when 180 business people come out in the middle of a day like today to affirm that opinion, we know that we are recognizing a man who embodies the true qualities of the Pennsylvania entrepreneur. John and I are personal friends, and Ann and his children are good friends of Sue and mine. But it's more than just a friendship. When I took office, the state was in a financial crisis with a large deficit, an economy that was in serious need of a jumpstart. And John has been a very good advisor to me. The example of men like John and of business people across the state has been a guide that clearly works. Jobs, not taxes. That's as political as I'm going to get here right now. The private sector growth, not simply moving that same money into different piles. And most of all, optimism. Optimism in the faith of our people, optimism in our workforce, and optimism in our entrepreneurs and our values. John has embodied that, and we are better state for having men like John Graham and Merle Phillips, and the countless men and women of the business community who carry that message in their hearts and make Pennsylvania great. I want to thank you, John. I want to thank you. And on behalf of myself and my wife, Sue, and the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, thank you for leading the way here. And I do.